Hope you all are up. So yeah, I have this microphone because I'm live, and hopefully you can hear me because normally my live streams, my audio gets tampered with. So I'm gonna just check in on that real quick if you don't mind. I don't mind. Hold tight, y'all. What's good, my people, my peeps? You know I like to greet you that way. Hold on, let's see what's going on. I hope you all are getting up, getting started. What's good, flip phone? Jones, flip phone. How you doing? Hey, y'all rolling in. I thought y'all would be asleep. Grand Rising. Drip King, how you doing this morning? So I'm going to talk about a video that I dropped yesterday called Starting Over at 52. That's when I started over, okay? Not for the first time, for the second time, starting all over again. So, yeah, hold on. I don't even see if, I want to see if the audio is good. You're doing good, Drip King. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. So, y'all give me a minute. This is taking, I don't know why it's taking so long for me to even, hold on. Nope, that's not what I want. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. Okay, so this microphone seems to be working pretty well. Y'all hit the, I'm gonna pin this on like I'm in studio. Hopefully it'll stay up here. Okay, stay microphone. So yeah. I'm going to just do a little recap, not too much of a recap, but yesterday I went live and I dropped a video. So I think I'm going to be doing just a combination of both dropping videos and going live and just talking about that journey, my journey, when it comes to starting over again. And just know that in life, I have talked to you guys before about ebb and flows. Life is ebb and flows, right? So as I get ready to get up and go to the 9 to 5, I want you all to also know that you'll probably hear an alarm go off. That's for me to stop running my mouth. Hey, Ashley, grand rising to you. Hope all is well with you. And so I'm enjoying a little matcha tea, and we're gonna just chit chat real quick. Ashley says, I'm up logging in for work. Hope you are doing great. Yes, I'm getting ready to actually do something with myself to get ready to go into the 9 to 5, okay? But I just want to talk to you guys about how I actually got terminated, fired from a corporate job. And so sitting here, thinking back in hindsight, because sometimes you wonder, or you see things after an event has occurred in your life. And so thinking back, did I do something? Was it me? Was I the problem? You know what I'm saying? And so thinking back, I was like, well, you know what? I started off not being anything of the problem in my eyes, because volunteering your life, not getting paid for a whole year to a company, I would think shows more of dedication than a person that wants to come in starting problems. Wouldn't you agree? Okay, let's get into this conversation. So, if you want to recap that's a video I dropped yesterday. Please go ahead and recap that. Thank you. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up as you enter the building as well. Let's get this algorithm going. So, thinking back, first day after being hired at a corporation, a media corporation, a global media corporation. I was hired, and I've always had a strong work ethic my whole life. And so I don't think that they knew that or really understood that about me. So the first day, I was up bright and early, like I'm up right now, talking to you all, getting ready to go into the 9 to 5. And so I got up my first day, getting ready to go into work as an account executive. And so I got up, got dressed, and I was not giving any information about sales meetings, what time they had sales meetings. And this was, a sales meeting that included all of the sales department, I told you all about the regional president, who is a president over 40 regions, and that incorporated like 8 plus radio stations in each region. So imagine that. So I wasn't told anything. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm looking kind of wild here, but I appreciate that compliment, Jones. And so I wasn't told anything. So I just got up like I would any other job. And so I got up and went into the job, and I'm there. And it's so funny that it was because their sales meetings were on certain days. And I believe we used to have them on Tuesdays because it changed once COVID hit. Once COVID hit, we had them every day. But this was prior to COVID, okay? And so we would have them on a particular day. And so anyway, I got up, got dressed, went into work, and was looking sharp, okay? I might add. And they were like, oh, everybody go into the boardroom, okay? Because our sales meeting, the regional manager didn't come down to each region. It was actually broadcast over like a system, a PA, not a PA system, but I forget the actual name for this system. So he can be heard where in all 40 of his regions, okay? And so we're in the boardroom, and they're talking, and I'm very good at picking up on people's emotions and their ebb and flows and their voices. And that was even before I worked at this radio company. I have to say, you'll probably hear me go in and out from saying radio company. Hello. Corey, how you doing? Hope all is well with you, Ethereal. I'm getting ready to go into work. That's right, in a little while. You look cute. Oh, thank you. So yeah, we all getting ready. If you're getting ready to go into that 9 to 5, get it done. Get it done. Okay? I ain't mad at you. We got to do what we got to do, okay? And so, so I go into the boardroom, and people, when you start a new job, people are eyeballing you, looking you up and down, like, what you doing here? And especially, I have to add this is not being funny. This is just the truth. It's my journey. I was the only chocolate drop in the boardroom. Okay? I was the only one. I was the only woman, African American, AKA formerly known as African American woman in the boardroom. And so we're having this meeting. And so the vice president, she's also on this conference call, but she's not present. She's up there at the main office with the regional president. And so they start off the meeting, and the president, the vice president, she says, oh, I forgot, we have a new employee. And I forgot to tell her that we have our board meetings every, I think it's Tuesday. I'm just gonna go ahead and say Tuesday. And she was like, we have our board meetings every Tuesday. and I forgot to tell her. And so somebody in the board meeting, another account executive, because I didn't say nothing right away, another account executive spoke out and said, "Oh, she's here. She's sitting right here." And you could hear, well, I could hear, they could hear it too, the sound of like taking in deep air, like a shock, like, oh. And I heard it from the regional president, and he literally said, "Oh, she's there?" And I said, and then that's when I spoke up, you know, and I was like, "Oh yes, I'm here." And he was like, "Oh, you know." Then he was like, "Oh, well, that's great, that's great." And I was like, and he was like, "Okay, sorry that you were not informed of our board meetings every Tuesday, but I'm happy that you're there and you can attend this board meeting." And I was like, "Oh, no problem, blah, blah, blah." So I'm thinking, why did I get fired? Now, mind you, I've been there for 7 years, okay? So I'm just kind of giving y'all like a short recap. Hello, Rilo. Grand rising to you. Hope all is well down there in Florida. Thank you. Oh, this setup, this is just, yeah, the house. But thank you. Oh, thank you, John. Beautiful smile. I wish you could work with me. You're looking great. Oh, thank you. Chocolate drop. I absolutely crave that kind of sweets. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. Dankeschön. So just having a little matcha tea. Like I said earlier, you guys may hear my alarm go off. That means I'm going to be cutting the live short and getting ready to go in to the 9 to 5. But back to, was it me? Did I do something wrong? Why was I fired? Why was I terminated from a corporate job when I've shown dedication? I've shown, yes, oh yes, some tea. This is some matcha tea. We're gonna get into this. One morning, I'll wake up and this is kind of weak and it's watered down a little bit because I put ice in, because you can drink it warm or you can drink this hot. And it's better than regular tea, but we'll get into that a little later because there's a lot that you're going to learn here if you stick around. So go ahead and hit the like button and go ahead and subscribe too. Make sure it's that top bell so you can get the notifications when notifications are sent out. Y'all know how they do. You know how they do. So, yeah, I'm thinking back, I'm contemplating, was it me? Did I do something wrong? Because I'm thinking, I'm showing nothing but dedication, hard working. I'm putting my best foot forward for this company, not only because I needed a job like yesterday at that time, but because that was part of my personality. That was who I am. That is who I am. I'm going to put not just 100%, but I'm going to give you 1,000%, okay? No matter what position I hold. And so that's why I was thinking, was it me? What did I do? Because sometimes you have to look at both sides of a situation. Okay, you can't just think it wasn't me. I was innocent. I did everything right. No. So I'm thinking Grand Rising Hood Star 47. Rollo says you about to get you some country breakfast. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Get you some country breakfast. Get you some grits. I don't know how you like your grits. Some people like salt and pepper, cheese and grits, sugar and grits. I should do a poll. How do you like your grits? Y'all know I said my age, so some shows I might say you might not even know. Grand Rising, Miss White 205. Kiss my grits. How do you like your grits? Let me see if I can do a poll. Hold on. No. I probably can, but retouch. Oh, did I just touch up myself? Did I put a filter on? This thing says retouch on here. Anyway, Yeah, I would love to do a poll right now. So just drop it down so I can keep the party going, so I can keep talking, because we ain't got but a little time on here before I have to get up and head to the 9 to 5. But how do you like your grits? Salt and pepper, cheesy grits? Do you like sugar grits? Or do you just like them all depending on your mood? I'd have to say my number one, and I know people hate it, I like sugar grits if I'm going to eat some grits, okay? And then I can do all of them depending on my mood. So Miss White 205 says she like with salt and butter. Okay, okay. That's what's up. Hood for, and sometimes I read from the bottom to top, top to the bottom, y'all. So y'all just, it is what it is. Hood Star 47, sugar and black pepper and butter. Okay, okay. Lady sit on my lap is what? What, Rilo? Is the grits? Rewrite that, Rilo. I'm lost in the sauce with that one. But yeah, tell me how you like your grits, okay? So I'm showing up, working, volunteering. I mean, when I volunteered and working at this radio station, let me tell you, I was up before 5 o'clock getting there, because a morning show starts before 5 o'clock, okay? You're getting the people up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the morning show, you know, stuff like that. So these people they are in the building. I never, and I wind up being on air too, but this is a whole, I mean, this is gonna probably be a series, y'all. I probably have to tell this in a series like session with you all. So I come to the meeting, I come to work on time. I guess they didn't think I was gonna be there on time because they didn't tell me what time to show up, but I'm just assuming a regular job might likely start, because in the corporate side of, you know, is the grit. Oh, okay, all right, the corporate side, that, because I volunteered to learn how to be in the production side of working for the media company. But on the corporate side, I'm thinking, okay, 8 o'clock, you know, show up. So I'm there a little bit before 8 o'clock. Just a regular assumption of employment. And so I was quite shocked myself, because they were shocked that I was there. They were shocked that I was there. It took me aback, but I have my reasonings to think why they were shocked, but we're not gonna go there right now. But you know, you think about it. And so, so that was one instance that I'm putting my best foot forward for this company, okay? And it's mind blowing, and I'm telling you, when you put so much effort and so much dedication into what you do, and then that's part of who you are anyway, it can be it can rub you the wrong way, you know. And so, and also not knowing that end. Remember, I had to learn, although I had a degree in communications, I had to learn how to run I knew nothing about being an account executive, okay? I put in the application. I qualified for it, you know, even to be an account executive, you had to have a degree, you had to have certain qualifications. Come to find out, so, and it's just like Congress in some jobs. You know how Congress is? Some of those people, they've been in office so long, they grow old and gray in office, and half of them been there since 1916. And so, you know, and life has gone on, and things have changed, but they've been there so long, they're like the dinosaurs of the group, right? And so in Congress, that's how it was kind of like that in when I was hired for this media company. I'm finding out that the OGs in the company are the leads and the head, you know, account executives. They didn't have even any of the qualifications that I had, right? They had just been there since companies were taken over, because this company it was like Walmart. They went in and they bought up all the little radio stations around, okay? And you know how Walmart moved out a lot of mom and pop places, stores. This is how this global company was. They just bought up a lot of radio stations, and some of the people who maintained their positions, uh, only because they had worked in a company and it merged and they had the opportunity and they knew somebody who knew somebody. You know how that go. But so when I got there, it's almost like, have you ever heard jail stories of people who go to prison, and depending on what you have gone to prison for, it's how you're treated. You know what I'm saying? So if you go to prison for like being a perv or a molester, you might get done in, okay? Or it just, if you go in being maybe a murderer, like they're treating that Levinsky dude, whatever his name is, the one that shot the medical guy over the healthcare. They're kind of treating him like a king in prison, right? Giving him haircuts to go out and things like that. That's like high level treatment, because he wasn't like a thief amongst thieves. He wasn't a liar amongst liars. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So even in work, it's almost like these different levels in how people treat you. And then being a woman of color, oh my gosh, that's even more levels and boundaries, you know, that you go through and that you face. And so, so I went into work. I knew about production, and the people, the account executives knew about me because they had saw me going in, but they knew I went in on the production side and when I volunteered, right? And so they were kind of feeling kind of iffy or had a little funniness towards me then, okay? And so when I went in, okay, guys, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I don't know something, if I do not know something, I have no shame in my game to let you know right off the rip. Oh no, No, this is somebody, come here. I'm raising my hand in class. I need help. I ain't got no shame. You're not about to make me look foolish. So that's why I say I don't judge people by their positions, because you don't know what people have to learn from Amazon drivers. You don't know these tablets they're carrying around and all these codes that they might have to know and push and check and do. You don't know the fine details of people's positions or their jobs, right? And so I go in not knowing an inkling about being an account executive over 8 radio stations myself, okay? So I have to sell for 8 radio stations and write scripts and all of this stuff that I done before. Luckily, because I had my own company and I produced events and I did things of that nature, I knew how to write scripts, and that's something I enjoy doing, putting on production. So that wasn't a shock. But baby, get in here, let's get it to it. Let me tell you what the shock was. I never invested in the stock market because I was like, I don't understand all the bouncing and up and down. And you know how, have you ever seen like the stock market and all that? But nowadays people are doing more Bitcoin. So if you ever see the Bitcoin and all the how it's set up, you'll be confused, right? If you don't know. So that's just to give you an understanding of when I went in and they gave me my desk. Yeah, I'll get it here. Okay, and I'm gonna put on a straight face, okay? They gave me my desk. They set I'm sitting on my computer. I'm making my desk all cute and stuff. And then they turn on this system, okay? And when they turn on the system, it's a way of how you're managing 8 radio stations. And at one time, not, oh, this day I'm gonna do this radio. No, ma'am, no, sir. And you're putting in copy. That means you're putting in the copy for the program directors for different radio stations. Baby, when I tell you, it's a lot of work. It's a lot that goes into working in a media company. So you're turning in copy, and there's deadlines upon deadlines upon deadlines you must make, or it's money out of the client's pocket, or you're going to have to give makeups, make goods, and all of this that you don't want to have to go through, because you can make the traffic department pissed off at you because you didn't get your copy in on time. Baby, it's a lot. It was a whole hell of a lot, okay? And so, but before I got into all of that, the system, okay? There's a system, a programming system that we had to go into to create the sales, create, for each sale, or how long these commercials were going to run, when their start times, all of this. But when you looked at it, when I looked at it, let me say this. When I looked at that system, I said, I didn't apply to be no pilot. Look at this, it literally looked. It was so many moving parts, guys. It looked like you were flying not a pilot, but maybe the tower, the people who work in those towers for the airplanes and stuff, how they might have many boards in front of them and they're reading these multiple boards. That's what it looked like to me when they pulled up this system and said, this is how we run these different radio stations. They all had their different codes. It was overwhelming. I thought I was gonna faint. I thought I was gonna show the mate. I said, these folks about to fire me today. If I needed to buy it, they shouldn't have had to wait it 7 years. If they knew my heartbeat and what I thought, almost time for us to be up. I put it on snooze, so we're gonna have a little more time. If they knew what I thought when I seen that system, and how I was to manage all these 8 radio stations and all these deadlines, let me tell you something. I went home in a daze, driving. Like, what the hell did I get myself into, right? I know about the production side a little bit, and that was after a whole year of, volunteering. But this side, I got hired off just talking to the vice president, and she hired, she put in the word, and that's what it's about too, guys. Knowing somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. And if somebody opened the door, it's how you step into the door, how you present yourself. So, I went home. I remember I had a little dog at the time, so I'm getting a dog. I literally felt like I was moving in slow freaking motion, because it's a go. It's a go. Do you hear me? That means the next morning I have to wake up and run all of these 8 radio stations. Their copy, it's a go. I'm in the building. I have no clue on how I'm gonna do this, right? And they knew I was new, but I did not know it was like that. And so later down the line, I used to get pissed off at folks, because when they don't know your position and which all you have to do, they think it's so easy, right? Until you bring them into a physical radio station, and a media company, and they see everything. There's more departments than turning on a microphone and speaking, or how everything gets on air. And I wind up learning all of that as a little chocolate drop, right? And so you're gonna have haters wherever you go. That's just a fact. If you ain't got somebody hating on you, you doing something wrong. You didn't walk in with full energy blasting without even opening your mouth. You're gonna have haters wherever you go. And so, I'm gonna have to cut it short, y'all. So before I get ready to go, this might have to turn into a series. There was a lady who was there, another account executive, and this is another the next well, not, it was basically the next day, because I remember we had a sales meeting. So this lady who was an account executive, they put her like with me to kind of show me the system, because I didn't know how to turn it on and all this, when they gave me my computer and all that. So she's walking me through. Let me tell you when you can spot out a hater, because they feel your presence, okay? She's flying through. I mean, literally. And this is how you do this, and this is this, and this is this, and then you put this up here, and you make sure this is over here, and this is, and I'm standing there in full confidence just looking at her. And she said, you got it? Okay, okay. And then you do this over, and make sure this is like this, because this is the, and because they're calling you from traffic, and the traffic department, you don't want the traffic department to be on your butt, because this is this, and this is this. Okay, you got it? Okay, cool, good. And I said, oh, thank you, thank you. I went back in my desk, still head swimming with all of what I had to know and didn't know about running these 8 radio stations, managing their ads, and on top of that, going out and dealing with executives from, because we had national executives that ran advertisement to local. So on top of that, having business meetings with these people. So our next sales meeting rolls around. And after the sales meeting, the vice president, the lady who first spoke with me, she says, oh, I would like to speak to you and to the lady that they teamed me up with after our sales meeting had ended. And I was like, oh, okay. And she said, I'll call you on such and such phone. So just be over in her office or her section, because before I even got an office, because later down the line, I wound up in an office, my own personal office. But before, we were like in our own section, like cubicle sections. Have you ever seen offices like that? And so I go over, the phone rings, and the vice president is on the phone. And she says, hello, V. I'm going to call her V. She says, how's everything going with you assisting our new account executive? And she's just, oh, everything is fine. I've shown her all the systems, and, and we're done. And I'm thinking to myself, woman, one day you showed me everything like Speedy Gonzalez. I went through everything as if I I was gonna pick up all that was Alexis or something. You know what I'm saying? Like she was just putting in. No, I'm a human being that ain't never worked in this field for a day in my life. And so I'm sitting there and I'm looking, and I could see the smirk on her face. I could see her enjoying the fact that she's telling the vice president that she showed me the ropes. And I picked up on the ropes. Oh, baby. You got the wrong one. You playing with the wrong one. Because remember, I needed that job. Okay, guys? Remember, I was getting ready to get a divorce, yada, yada, yada. Money was tight. And I'm thinking, and if I did need that job, you wasn't going to play in my face like that. Okay? I don't care, because you can see, especially in corporate, you can see how people bow down. You can see how people brown nose. It's real. It's in your face. It's in your face. You can see it. I can see it off the rip. And so she's sitting there just hyping up herself as being this excellent teacher, when it was more sabotage, because she really didn't want me to learn that system, right? And so then the vice president asked me, she said, yeah, they play dirty in corporate. Oh yeah, they play smooth dirty, because if they feel threatened by you in any way. At first they didn't, they just were hating. because probably my skin color, because I was the only black female, only black person in that office and on that side of the track, okay? In that side, because in media, there's different offices to run a media company. People don't know that. I don't know what they think, but, and so they probably was just hating because I walked in sharp as a tack, but blackity black, black, power to the people. They probably was hating on that. And then they probably then started hating, finding out that I walked in with a degree, and some of them had been in there, and they was dinosaurs, okay? And they just didn't have anything but their experience, right? And so after the vice president finished talking with V, she asked me, she said, well, how are you doing, Ethereal? And I didn't go by that name at the time. I went by a radio name, okay? So you might hear me go in and out of the radio name that I went by. And I was like, I'm great. And she said, well, how do you feel about, you know, the training and everything that I said, you showed? Yes, you did show me. But that was one day. You know, I picked up on how we got to play this game real quick. Real quick. Wasn't nasty. I wasn't even nasty nice. I was just like, yeah, you did show me. But that was one day, and it went fairly fast. And no, I didn't pick up on how to operate this new system. And so then the vice president told her, show her until she understands it a little more. And then when she lets you know, then, you know, y'all can move on from there. That's right. Speak up for yourself in the beginning. Don't let them play you. Don't let them play you. Guys, I'm sorry I didn't get to some of you guys' comments. But hey, let me try to screen, get a snapshot, and I might address them later. In another video. But this is just looking back on, wasn't me, did I do something wrong? All right, guys, y'all take it easy, and subscribe if you want to follow me on this journey and hear this series. Maybe it might help you. You might be going through something like this now. All right, guys, I'm out.